Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, a Game of Thrones mod, playing as Lord Lancel Goldfyre of Midvale. So last episode, we started out in Midvale, and we decided to take over the county of Borenline to expand us to the water, to the ocean, and we have assigned a new admiral, Admiral John, who is our knight. And before we begin any further, I just want to say thank you everyone that have supported the channel thus far. The very first episode is already getting comments. I absolutely love the different accolade names you've suggested. And there was another comment that I got that was an absolute great idea. So he says that for any kids, that if you wanted to name any children yourselves, though, if you put a child's name in the comments and their education, I would pick from them, and they would be my kids' names. Now, of course, if I have a kid this episode, I won't be able to see any comments with kids' names. But future kids and future and our kids' kids and our kids' kids, please put the names down in the comment. I will pick from them, and then we'll name the kids that. So. Great idea. I would love to see what you all could come up with for our kids' names. Remember, he's a Lannister / Targaryen, so both names kind of work. And educations could kind of be based off of their skills, what they're best at, and if they want to go a certain way, then you know, if they don't have to match the skills. So, awesome. I love it. I love it. So let us get started. Let's continue on with this campaign. We could declare some wars, and there is some low county control in Borenline, so we have to fix that. Let's take Lord Andros and move him to increase control. Lord Garrison's hunt. Lord Garrison is actually right here, so he wants to invite us to a hunt. We will be glad to do that. We love hunting. But actually, before I make that, I have to leave in 14 days. We might not have enough time. I was going to try to lay with my wife again. But let's go anyways. We'll do that after. I don't think we'll die on this hunt. Knock on wood. Alright. So we'll go into the mountains. So we're not crossing any major forest. It looks like we're going to be skipping over that. And there's no other places we could visit that we haven't already done other than Clegane's Keep for 100 Marshal. But that's kind of out of the way, and we need to be there in a few days. So we'll just hire a Mountaineer. We have Felice as our caravan master. 6 gold, we'll head there. Let's see what happens. We are on our way. Travel a lowly delicacy. On our way through Trembly, we appear to have stumbled into a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture and tongue clamor around exotic food stalls, the air thick with fragrances I never had imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall stacked with a dish I could only dream of. I am pulled out of my haze by the halting grasp of Monterey's. Do not waste your palate on this slop, my lord. Bowls of stew are for peasants. We have much finer foods at home. So we could eat the bowl of stew anyway, and potentially gain ill, 10% chance. I don't even want to risk it. I'll listen to Monterey's. Rocks. I hear Ontario shout in a panic. Soon thereafter, I hear a loud crackling sound like the wood of breaking or of my patience finally snapping. I step out on the dirt and see the splintering remains of a wagon wheel. My wagon wheel. I'm sorry, my liege. It was my turn as lookout and I fell asleep at the reins. Shit, we're gonna be late. Or, shuffle the supplies around, I'll ride rough from now on. Spend 75 prestige, we have the prestige. And it only delayed by 2 days. We're kinda gonna be late. So we're gonna rough it. Ah, we made it. Perfect. As we await the arrival of the rest of the guests, Lord Garrison has started the preparations. His gamekeepers check the grasslands each day for signs of quarry, while building a camp closer to the hunting grounds. I have checked my gear and horse many times. Won't be long now. Lord Damon assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the plains near feast fires. The local gamekeepers have scoured the vicinity for recent tracks and fumes. They is clearly a stout boar in the area. Dangerous but worthy game. They is clearly. Okay. I think that might be a typo there. Let's get out of there. Let's get out there, I say. Fate smiles upon me. My wife, Lady Jaina, is bearing my child. I'm assuming it was from last episode we played with her, so she's not an adulterer, hopefully. I cannot wait to hold the babe in my arms. Lady Jenna gains the trait pregnant. So exciting stuff. Lord Tywin declares war on Lord Balon, so that's going to be interesting. Should we join it? I don't think so. I'm not really sure about that. But a hunt far from people. Away from the others, I came across a cottage housing one of the most beautiful people I have ever laid my eyes on. She has invited me to stay and rest, and I'm surprised by how much I have in common with a simple peasant. Must you return to the hunt so soon, my lord? I have never met a man like you before. She's a thrifty clerk. She has great diplomacy. Success chance decreases. I lay with Dorna. You lose 20 stress. Now, what would I do? I'm greedy, I'm brave, I'm diligent, but I'm not lustful. I'm a legitimized bastard. We like Lady Jenna. We're just married and she's pregnant. I feel like that would be kind of mean if I just laid with somebody else while my wife is pregnant. I'm no Robert Baratheon, you know? I'm here to hunt, nothing more. Resisted advances. What do I get for that? So, theocratic ruler. So I'll get some extra piety. And I lose 10 stress because I'm diligent. So, boom. I'm here to hunt, nothing more. Awesome. My acquaintance, Lord Garibald, is the first to spot its sharpened tusk. The powerful boar is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there, observing us through the poplar trees. Lord Garrison takes off after the beast, crying, "Come, it's getting away." Let's go. Lord Robert shared knowledge with Lord Gerald. We can hardly keep up with the blasted beast as it darts and weaves through the tall grass, squealing wildly, scaling a rise and disappearing into dense thicket. The boar is gone as quickly as it appeared, with only panting dogs and sweaty horses to show for it. This damn thing is gone. Heeding the call of the wild is an adventure. This is outing delivered the good and the bad in abundance. Lord Daemon gathers his disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. Awesome. Let's actually turn down the speed just slightly. I feel like these are all happening a little too quickly. Let us leave the adventure behind us for now. So we lost some stress, or Lord Garrison did, but we lost some stress as well, and we gained more skills into the hunter trait. So good stuff. And now we're on our way home. Taking a little trip. As we traverse the hills, trudging through grass, we encounter a modest wayward shrine. Naively carved, it sports a 7-pointed star at its head, and below the weathered words, "Here lies Saint Irena of Tarek, blessed daughter of Trembly." Saint Irena of Tarek? It seems a local spiritual figure is being patronized in these parts. One not sanctioned by the faith of the seven devout. Cast down the heterodoxy. So we could gain some extra piety. We're not a very pious person. But I don't like to lose gold either. We had better be going. Let's just keep on going. My regency ended. Lady Jenna gained 150. Prestige. Awesome. Proud of you. And let's continue on. We are at war. Are we fighting? It looks like we're fighting. So let's see what is going on with this war here. So artifact claim war. I wonder what Tywin's going for the Ironborn. So the armies of the Pike and the Lannisters are over here. Commander Lord Tywin. I'm assuming we're in one of these armies, but I can't tell which one. I like our armor a lot, though. Pretty cool. We have like little horns on the top. So let's continue on. Hopefully we don't get into a major fight. We do have a sworn shield, so at least we have a lower chance of dying. And our wife better not die in pregnancy, because that happens. Let's continue on. Oh, I wanted to show everyone real quick before we continue on that this mod adds these throne rooms. I'm sure you all know, but last episode, this is the Lannister's throne room. Well, also, there's a few other throne rooms that I wanted to mention. So one of them is High Garden. Look at this. Court grandeur is very high. So look how cool this looks. Very cool. Another one. I'm not sure if Dorne has one. I don't think so. Whoops, that's his inventory. So Dorne kind of has one. I'm not sure if that is what the Dornish one looks like specifically. Let's take a look at no, the Stormlands don't have one. The Iron Throne for sure does. Look at this. Look how cool that is. It's a big old throne room. We are backing up way far. So Baratheon all over everything. So very cool. And I don't think there's any others that I can recall. No, and I know in the next patch for this mod that they're going to be adding Dragonstone. But for now, they don't have it, and they don't have it currently. Let's check the north as the last one. Whoops. Now the north is a normal one as well. Okay, cool. Awesome. Wanted to show you all that. Let's continue on. And by the way, through this playthrough, I know you all are catching on as time goes on, but I will play characters and choose ambitions and goals kind of based off of the character themselves. Uh-oh, we got a player and heir. With the babe cradled in my arms, Lady Jaina wipes tears from her cheeks and addresses me without taking her eyes off her son. Husband dearest, could we name him Victor after my perceptive uncle? You know what? Y'all will name the next kids. Although Lady Jaina will name the first one. So I'll give it to her. Our first child's name is Victor. Victor Goldfyre. I wonder if he's going to be an army general, do you think? He already has 2 diplomacy and 1 learning, but, you know, he's young. We should hire, while we're at it, a wet nurse. So we will look for one. Elise is the only one that's average here. So we're going to go for her. She's an evil antagonist with 22 intrigue. She's vengeful and sadistic. She's not going to be a good wet nurse. So I'd rather... What, all wet nurses are sadistic? So Lyanna here, she is honorable, generous, chaste, but she has poor aptitude. Hale and loyal improve the aptitude. So I think this will be fine for Lyanna, you know? Good health, Hale, and she just has good health. So we're going to rock with her. I don't want any sadistic wet nurses. I feel like that just doesn't make sense, you know? So let's continue on. We are fighting in a war. We are known for our dedication to our faith. Awesome. Good stuff. But like I was saying, yes, all the... so let's say we have a child and he is content. He most likely won't be going to war. If he's craven, he won't be going to war with anybody. He'll kind of just rock it out for a little bit. So, but also, if you have any suggestions based off of these traits and what they should do, what their goals should be, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I like to see different ideas of what people might think for this campaign. So, but I've been really enjoying this so far. Crusader Kings 3 is just a great game, and this mod is phenomenal. It really is amazing. All the different names you could see, like the Cleganes. There's the mountain here. We have Sandor the Hound, who has like 20 prowess, which isn't good, but the mountain has 43 prowess. That's crazy. Don't want to pick a fight with him. So let's continue on here. Tega Flux spreads, of course. Faction created against Lord Tywin, a Liberty faction. Uh-oh. Who wants to so Hornvale and Lands Point wants a Liberty faction. Interesting. I'm not joining that. Sorry, Tywin is our estranged guardian. So we like him a lot. Look at Tywin's armor. Looks pretty good. What, he doesn't have Cersei as a child anymore? What? A good faith of the seven, I am known as a deeply pious man. Surely my devotion to the seven who are one should be good for something in this life too, and not only the next. There are a number of people who would do well to be reminded that I am in the Fathers above's good graces. My dedication should be shouted from the towers. So we could gain some extra prestige, we could gain some extra gold for 100 piety, or we could gain some 30 opinion with the High Septum, the fat one. King Robert's High Septum. You know, I think we'll gain gold. We're greedy. We'll lose that piety for some gold. Absolutely. So I don't think the Liberty faction will take hold too much. Currently we are swaying Master Roland, which we are, and he's at 92 now, so I don't think that is a necessity. Let's see another courtier that we might need to sway. Ontario, probably we'll want to sway him. He's only 13, and he's our hand. So a hand of the duchy? Hand of the Lord, I guess I should call it. Hand of the Lord. So we'll sway him. And if he doesn't like me, then it won't make much sense. We got to make sure he's on our side. But we do have a son, which is awesome. Victor Goldfyre. And he has... not my hair. He has Lady Jaina's hair. Peculiar. Now, I did set it to where my kids have cool silver hair as like a dominant trait, and we do not have that. Uh-oh. Is she a bastard? Is he a bastard, I should say. Stewardship perk available. We gained another steward. Realm at War, we'll do that. Oh, Realm at War, we'll see that in 1 second. Before we continue on. Let's get building time, building construction time, and holding construction time. Vassal contribution is always good. You know, let me get the demand hooks, because I know that can bring me in some money if I find out some secrets. So a realm at war. Lord Perkin has risen up against King Robert of the Iron Throne in a war against the tyranny of King Robert. I must choose to stand with King Robert on the Iron Throne, join Lord Perkin of Bronzeholm, or stay neutral and let the tide of time guide my decision. Lord Tywin has chosen to stay neutral. If Lord Tywin stays neutral, I'm going to stay neutral. I see no reason to get involved, but let's check out where this guy is. So he holds the title of Bronzeholm, which is right here. Let's see what it looks like. So I think we're going to stay neutral. Missing a key target triggered. So let's take a look at that war. The Iron Throne. So he's just, so it's everything in blue versus everything in red. So it looks like most of the Riverlands are at war with pretty much the Vale, the North, and the Iron Throne, while everyone else decided to stay neutral, other than some minor counties here and there. So the Iron Throne's most likely going to win that. What is the force limit? So 25,000 versus 95,000. Yeah, we stay neutral during that. We don't need to be a part of that. So we could petition our liege again. Is there any good option that we want to do? Council appointment, underwrite temple. We kind of already done that. We don't need another temple. Well, I guess a temple over here in Two-Tail would. Everywhere else has one. So we could. Or maybe we should wait and build another city in between Midvale and the Vicary House. Or in the province of Vicary House. Yeah, that is the province. Okay, awesome. I thought it was called Borderline, but could have been wrong. So awesome. Looks like we're no longer off in the war. Did he already end the war? He did. Did I miss the notification? So let's take a look at so the first men crown of House Lannister he has, but he hasn't equipped anything. He also has the Gilded Throne, the Westerland Administration Kingdom. So awesome stuff. Okay. I sip let me cancel that. I sip at my mug of newly invented brandy, eyes scanning over my latest scrawled work, quarrel and anger. When red-plumed war comes to his lands, it cannot have expected this firebrand, so let none challenge his bold intent, lest they discover where the last challenge went. Truly, I am a great artist, mind of my age. Fine verse. What shall I use? What should I muse on next? So we could gain poet, so we get extra stress loss and diplomacy per level of fame. We could gain journaler, so we gain +1 learning and +20 stress loss, which could be beneficial. I'm thinking journaler. Perhaps I'll have a bath poured instead. No, we'll get journaler for that extra 20% stress loss. That's huge. So it looks like we journal a bit. We're a knight, a hunter, an architect, a fortune builder, and we journal. Aren't we awesome? Courtier requests to marry Lord, or just Barros wants to marry Sharina, who is a lunatic. She has okay traits, not the best. But yeah, sure. If you want to marry a lunatic, who am I to say no? As long as she doesn't do anything crazy in my court, then I'll be fine. So thinking on potential growth areas. So there is the High Lordship of Land's Point we could take. We could either take this county here or this county over here. I'm thinking probably this one to kind of conjoin it a little bit more. We could go for Sarsfield, even though it was our previous ally. He does kind of like us. Martin of Sarsfield and Mulwin. And I noticed last time, my ally, I never said the name of Lord Victor. So this is Lord Victor. This is who I'm allied to. So Lord Victor of Grave Ridge. He has 1,500 men. And I believe we're married to his niece. So very cool. Let's continue on. Now, are we on the Liege's Council? We have much better stewardship than Benedict Broom. We could petition to be on the council. Let's do that. Choose petition, council appointment, petition liege. We don't need a hire. We don't need to spend the extra gold. We are very thrifty. So it's going to cost us 4, and let's petition our liege. We're all packed and ready to go. So I am escorted to Lord Tywin's throne room, where he beckons me to approach and address him. I elucidate the abilities, proven and otherwise, that makes me a suitable candidate to be the Lord's Marshal. I don't know why I would request that. Requesting the position as his advisor, I certainly can't do any worse than Lord Andros of Hornvale. After listening to the speech, he frowns and rebuffs me. I apologize, but for the good of Westerlands, I must refuse your request. Wait, hear me out. I could attempt again. Or I could say alas, which will lose all the Lannisters' 25 renown and 6 court grandeur at the court. So court grandeur's at 7. Not nearly as high as Highgarden, interestingly enough. So I could spend some prestige. So let me actually take a look at who is if I close that, it's not over, right? Yeah. So let's take a look at Lord Andros here. So he has 22. And I have 12. Yeah, I don't want that position. I wish I could have gone for stewardship here. So I'll still ask him to hear me out. Lord Tywin thinks for a moment and cries, Roland, I require your counsel on this matter. The nobly born castellan steps forward, eagerly clutching his robe. Yes, a most delicate affair, my lord. Tyrion, the lord's courtier, watches quietly from the sidelines. The right number would persuade him of my need. Having said that, Tyshaura has always liked me. Perhaps she would make the case. The lord turns back to me, his attention already moving elsewhere. I need to do something. So we'll have a 20% chance of him accepting for Lord Roland. Tyrion will give us a 25% chance, even though Tywin absolutely hates Tyrion. And Tyshaura will tell them. So we are a low chance no matter what. You know, I'm going to go for Lord. I'm going to ask for his hand of the king to petition for me. I know just a thing to trip Roland up. I feel like Tyrion won't convince Tywin at all. So we'll go for that. He is unconvinced. Nothing happens. Oh well. What can you do? We're on our way home. And we're back home. So we could host a grand tournament, but that's expensive, and I don't need to do that. So let us continue on. So we could create some accolades. So I did see some comments of different accolade names. So this one was Knight Knight of the Golden Flames. I like that idea. But I really like this one name that someone suggestion. It was the Golden Guard. The Golden Guard. So now we have Lord Andrin of Redgloss and Rolf as the Golden Guard. I love that. And we could create another accolade here. So we could go for a Disciplinarian for Levy Maintenance, which is good, and Pike Captain. But we do not have no retinues with pikes in them. Knight of the Poppy. So we could gain Valiant for army damage and a Charmer for Seduce Scheme Power. Not sure if we absolutely need that. Let's see what Monterey's can do. Number of captains +1 could be good. And Valiant army damage. I think that would be the best option here. So there was another... one. It was the Sword of the Golden Scale. Sword of the Golden Scale. So Monterey's is now going to be the Sword of the Golden Scale, and he's a mentor, and he's also valiant. So we'll go ahead and create that accolade. Cost 100 prestige, we'll do it. And we need to get a successor. So let's seek some worthy successors for 75 prestige. Yeah, sure. We have it. We have it. And we have very few knights. And they all suck. They all are awful. Lord Andrin is the best, and 16 is not that good. We need to get ourselves some more knights. So let's continue on here. So it looks like our lands are being raided. Sway Westerland culture. A commoner of Westerland heritage has been accosted in the streets of Midvale over some minor offense. By making a statement in their defense, I could perhaps convince my Castellan Ontario, the equally Westerlander, of my good character, but I might risk alienating my Westerosi Valerian peers. We don't have any Westerosi Valerian peers. We are the only Westerosi Valerian. Or the superior moral fiber. I mean, I would love to do that. But I think we'll just spend the 75 prestige. Or actually, he'll just gain 10 opinion, and it's a 40% chance of losing the prestige, which we don't lose. Awesome. So Swords of the Golden Scale. Actually, let's make it Swords of the Golden Scale. A worthy Ingram may be appointed to the Sword of the Golden Scales. Awesome. Ingram. You are now Ingram Dupigan. Let's find them. Let's find them both a wife. No, not Shauna. Although I would like Quick, but she's a Tyroshi. I feel like that's a stretch for appealing to somebody way out there. So let's just marry you to Shara. She's a schemer, an eager reveler. She's also diligent, cynical. Okay, that could work. And for Ingram, let's see who we can find for you, sir. So Eldara Deadsing. Deadsing, very interesting name. She's very trusting, a lazy, authoritative, and she's an intricate web weaver. So she's a Reachman. So we'll do that for you, sir. Check the other accolade, make sure that they are both married as well. Yes, they are. Great. He is married to our caravan master, Felice. So good stuff. Let's continue. Departed from court. Lara departed from court. Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. So let's check out the state of things. Looks like the Iron Throne won his war, and he's still allied to Lord Eddard Stark. See Dragonstone and Sword Point over here. Lord Jonlin of Sharp Point. Got Stannis. Monford is here. Well done, Monford. Lord Boris. So Courtier is requesting to marry. Absolutely. Hale and beautiful and lustful. Sure. How old are you both? 31 and 35? Yeah, sure. I love to add congenital traits to my court. I think that proves beneficial. So Lord Andros is having a hunt, and where is he located? Let's take a look. Oh, he's right here. in the Horn Vale. So yeah, we'll go. This one's a bit of a travel. So this is hills. That's a forest. And then we'll come back this way, pretty much going around everything. So we'll definitely hire a mountaineer to negate that. And not a jungle stalker, but a forest guide will negate everything else. 8 gold to go over there and hunt. And actually, on the way back from Maiden's Rest, let's stop by Deep Den, since we're over there. And we could go over here to the Golden Tooth, but I don't think that's too out of the way. So I think that's pretty much all the locations. We could stop by Clegane's Keep, take a little detour, but I just don't think that's absolutely important. So Varro will be recruited to the entourage, Ingram will be recruited, and we are on our way. Let's see what happens. Travel, the Metalman. Truly, I stroll through Cup's Brook is a gift of the 7 who are one. The tranquility of the place is suddenly and abruptly broken by the furious grunts and clattering of armor. Hark! Get me out of this metal prison. My squire took offense at my manner, even going so far as to call me heartless, and has abandoned me. Whatever the strange man did could not have been enough to justify being stuck forever in his armor. I could, of course, have someone help him. But is it truly worth it? Is he good? No, he sucks. He's a dutiful captain, he's a trained fighter, he's a holy warrior and a knight. All very good stuff. And he's a Knightigan. Or Knightigan. So consider the armor gone for a price. We're greedy. Feel like that's what we'd go for. And we get a weak favor hook on Lucian Knightigan, which we could also demand him to pay. Awesome, we have arrived. We await Lord Andros, his preparations. I've checked my gear many times. We are ready to go. So we are hunting. But before we do that, let me see. Can we have anybody pay? No. It's not a secret, I guess, so it's just a hook. Master Meldrick assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the highlands near Maiden's Rest. The local gamekeepers have scoured the vicinity for recent tracks and fumes. A stout buck is definitely in the area, and the conditions could hardly be better for hunting. Ultimately, Lord Andros decided he wanted to go for the stag. Sure, let's go for it. A big old stag in Hornvale. My acquaintance, Lewis, is crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking asters. He appears to have lost all interest in the hunt. Lord, what a bounty of nature. Look at these plants. Truly, the wealth of the earth knows no bounds. We do not appreciate these simple treasures enough. Okay. I like to yell at him get back on his horse, but he is also a fellow vassal of Leiden. Which is the place next to Hornsvale. Should we anger him? So we'll lose some stress if we talk about the flowers. Stocked Medicus, Lord Lewis from the activity. You gain 50 piety. I think we're just going to yell at him to get back on his horse, you know? We're diligent after all, you know? We just want to focus on the hunt. The party is stopped, distracted by an outcrop of rounded boulders atop a slope. Lord Conrad pushes a loose one. All watch, rapt as the rock tumbles down, gathering speed, reaching hill bottom with a satisfying thud. Say, this could be a chance to impress everybody. Push another, I shall jump it. Dude, no. No. What have I been drinking? What am I, a drunken commander? I don't think that's a good idea. Everyone help Conrad roll the big one for me. So 68% chance I get wounded. Very good, let us continue. I think we gain 12 stress because we are brave. But we do increase success chance. I think we'll take the stress. I think we might lose it throughout this. But I'm not risking getting injured. I need more kids first. We need Lancel to really prove himself this campaign. Lord Andros, not Andros, Lancel. Did I say Andros? I don't remember. Huntsmen say they know the place of the beast covert, and the nearby waterholes and grazings the stag frequents. Our host thinks for a moment before scoffing, I came for a real hunt. We will hunt by force, not stealth. Sounds good. Lord Tywin has declared war on Lord Balon again. For what? Defending against Lord Tywin, the stone face of Westerlands, in the artifact claim war. Oh, so last time, when the realm goes to war during a war, if one picks a side and the other doesn't, then you're technically declaring war on the Iron Throne, so they pretty much negate the war. And I'm guessing Lord Tywin wanted saw another opportunity to go back to war with Lord Balon. So very cool. So the exhausted, panicked animal has turned to bay, struggling to stand and snorting in panic. Lord Andros cries, "Quick, Lord Philip, take the shot." Lord Philip takes aim as the party keep exhausted stag in pace. Exhale and loose. The arrow strikes true, straight into the beast's heart. Good shot. Good shot, Lord Philip. Of Runridge. House Plum. Good shot, sir. House Plum. You know, House Plum, I believe, somewhere in the Targaryen dynasty, the Plums had Targaryen, like, there was something with that. I think they married into the Targaryen line, but I'm not sure if they had any kids. I don't remember, but just know Plum is actually a notable house. So we might have to marry into them as well. So increase trait Hunter, gain 15 trait for Venator, and we are on our way back home. Felice is in charge of our food supplies and sheepishly revealed our provisions are now all but useless, having been poorly stored. Patches of mold cover the bread and fresh produce, and we have quickly used up the remaining of our remaining dried food. Okay, I read that right. The party grows hungry as dusk begins to fall. So it's just a bit of mold, 40% chance that we gain ill. The locals around here must have something, so we can spend some more prestige. We have a lot of prestige. I'm okay with spending it. And 35% chance a random entourage member is wounded. At least it's not me. And we pass. Visited Deep Den for 100 stewardship. Awesome. So now we could declare war on the Stepstone Pirates, but they have a lot of men. At least over 1,000. And it would take us a long time to get there. So I feel like that's not really within our grasp. Now, where are we at? It says we're home, but it doesn't. Is there a way we can see where we're fighting? I'm not sure. Sweet smiles and little lies. Just like other children his age, my son and heir Victor sometimes lies and tests boundaries. However, he often avoids suspicion with his sweet demeanor, and people always forgive him when he does get caught. I wonder how much he gets away with. So he gains the trait Charming. Awesome, Victor. Good stuff. Little Lord Victor Goldfyre. We're not going to find him a spouse just yet. Well, let's wait till he comes of age a little bit more. We might betroth him off in the future, but we have to really decide who would we want to ally with. Maybe the Plums over here in Runridge. But maybe not, you know. Primary heir, does he have any daughters? He sure does. And they're all within our age. So we'll have to think about that in the future. So far, we are continuing on. We're fighting in a war. Still says that we're here in Midvale, even though we have our armor clad and ready to go. And we are handily... The Lannisters are handedly winning this war. Sieging down Pike. And there's Pike right here. Oh, Pike is another one. Let's see if we can click on that. Before I click on that and show you. Monthly income while at war plus 10. Herigold, vassal contribution plus 10%. So we could do all that. So we have 2 vassal contributions. Let's do that. Let's make our vassals give us more money. But Pike... The Lordship of Pike. Lord Balon. Check out this court, huh? Lord Balon's court. Baron, Blacktide, Annales, Quentin Greyjoy. Court artifacts. Doesn't look like he has any, but this is a really cool throne room. So very cool. Let's continue on. Looks like more armies are joining together over here. Maybe they're going to war with somebody else, because they're not red. So Antaro gains 25 opinion of us. He's at 94. We don't need to sway him any longer. But what I can do... Says we're at war. Says we're not near our spouse. But it says we're both here. Can I lie with her again? In full armor. So with a bit of talk, turns to companionship, so she seems keen on doing it. It seemed to me that Lady Jaina of Midvale is keen on spending some time alone. So we could wait for her, 50% chance of succeeding. Or we could ask her for 45. I think we'll spend 5 gold, you know? Really? She wasn't happy about the surprise. I would rather not. That's crazy. Are you serious? Why not? Whatever. Whatever. I think maybe she declined because I'm still in my armor. She was like, take it off. And I said, no, the armor stays on. So, maybe that's what happened. So, faction created against Lord Tywin. A loyalist faction. Good. I do want to befriend Lord Tywin one of these days. Claim liege title. No, I think we're good. We're not ready for all that yet. Going to war with all the Westerlands to take over here when we're only a 2-county minor province. We do need to gain a duchy rank at some point, mind you. So, would Land's Point be the duchy title we go after? Then we take Land's Point entirely, so Midvale and Land's Point. Options, options, options. So we could pardon some criminals, Tysane. So she's another fornicator. We can prison her. I just don't think that's very important to do. Bastards happen all the time. I mean, I'm a bastard, so obviously I'm not going to imprison my mother if she had me, you know? A charming son, Victor Goldfyre, with not my hair. Very cool. They are winning this war. Still sieging down Pike. 63% chance. Famine spreads. Lord Jon Snow does not like us at all. So, Faith is 7, hostile, zealous, and a dynasty-born orphan. Obviously, he doesn't like other orphans, apparently. But he's a pensive and zealous, so he's very religious. Good for him. Another faction created, Loyalist. I think that just constantly gets disbanded and created ever so often, so not too worried about Loyalist factions. So I'm thinking we should go for the duchy title, but here's the thing. They have 2,500 men, and we have a measly 1,086. I know we have... I mean, if we get a strong ally over here somewhere, like if we allied Tywin, I don't think he will go to war for a place in his land, right? Because then he's picking sides. The Iron Throne dancing plague has spread in the province of Blackgarden. Very cool. So let's continue on. Let's see what happens. Nothing's going on. 63% on the war. Looks like the Greyjoys are building an army over here in Drum Tower. And we are still sieging down most of Pike. Looks like we're 4 years left. 4 years. That's crazy. A lot can happen in 4 years. And they're gonna do it too. Lines about legacy. The latest work of my acquaintance, Lord Gawain, has become all the rage at the court, and the pieces deals with memory of what we leave behind. Gawain has publicly dedicated it to me. So Lord Gawain, the Dole of the Crag. So he's up here at the Crag, which is a big old cliffside castle. So let's see what he wrote. Time of memory. Men need not fear as lives depart, crossing to quiet death with noble heart. And when their final hours nears, their name lives on the lips of peers. So far, I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore. 75% chance. I don't know quite how to feel about it. I am truly heartfelt. So we can gain 20 opinion of Lord Gawain. And we gain 50 piety. So yeah, we'll gain piety. The poem is lauded. Lauded? Awesome. Thank you, Lord Gawain. Maybe we marry one of his daughters. Off to, So she is a compassionate, shy, impatient, stubborn, pretty. That's a good trait. Westerling. You know, should we? I mean, how much is his army? 1,000. So not huge. You are now known as the Dauntless. We have gained a new title. Lord Lancel the Dauntless of Midvale. Very cool. Looks like we're out over here at Pike, probably. More than likely. Can we actually look to see... Knights, Tywin Lannister. Lord Geralt. Oh, my wife's pregnant, and I'm not here. Lord Andros, 3 knights. Leo, Andros, and Andros. 2 knights. So it doesn't look like we're over there. Lord Gregor, the mountain. 2 knights, Lord Roland and Gregor. So we are not there. Okay, that's fine. So, no, I'm just wearing armor around just in case, you know? Just in case they show up, I guess. But my wife is my wife is pregnant again. So this might be the child that you all can name and choose which education it goes that they go down. So Republican ruler vassal we're not Republican, so we're gonna go for professional workforce. So we'll gain building construction time and holding construction time, minus like 20 and 30%. So we have 250 gold. We're not making a lot of money. I really did want a hill fort for some extra garrison, and we'll get some station skirmishers, the spearmen. What was our military? These are skirmishers. Okay, so it kind of makes sense. But I kind of want to go for a little bit of money. The blacksmith, reduced cost for hosting grand tournaments, dual contest holding, station men at arms plus 10, holding tax plus 4%, which is good. Captain effectiveness plus 1, so 112 gold. I think we will construct that. So we're going to be constructing a blacksmith in Rexdale. Our temple was built in 3 Hills. Well, let's see the little temple there. Can we build something over here? Cow pastures for some extra tax. Hill farms. Defender advantage, supply limit levies, and levy size plus 1%. I think 150 levies is bigger than 1%. Yes, it is. Oh, my son! With a tired yet blissful smile, Jaina presents me with a perfect little son. Who will you become, my child? And what should I call you? So she's requesting to call him Vaymond. Vaymond. So this is the second son you all don't get to name. I will stick with Vaymond. I don't have a better name than Vaymond. It just sounds too cool. So let's do that. And Hill Farms is only 75 gold. I'll do that. We'll build some hill farms over here in the Temple of 3 Hills. Septon Ulrich, we'll probably won't mind that. Over here, our land. We do have a nice Strongboar, province of Strongboar. So Reach Flux is spreading. Let's see the diseases, make sure it's not gonna kill us. Oh, there is something up here, but I don't think it's gonna come down here. So that's at the Twins. I bet Walder Frey probably had something to do with that disease, huh? He's a disgusting man. So we could designate a guardian for the heir. I think for now, he has decent diplomacy, great marshal. Who's our best marshal? Ontario? Or we could teach him in the art of stewardship and diplomacy. What is a good education? What is he kind of leaning towards? So not stewardship, apparently. Martial education. You know, I'm not going to select this yet. Let me know in the comments what you think we should go for Victor. But for a guardian, we could always change this up later. But I guess for now, I'll just put me. But let me know in the comments what you think Victor should be educated with. let's continue on. So for this video, I don't have a lot of time to record today, so I will have to end the video a little early. Oh, Lady Jaina's pregnant. Look at that. You will be able to name a child. Hey, and this, and Vaemond, what I like about him, Victor is my wife's hair, while Vaemond has my hair, like a Targaryen, like the true Goldfyre he is. So very cool. Thought I'd point that out. But our wife is now pregnant, so she will be having a kid very soon. And you all can name it, so put your names down in the comments. I will end the video for today, though. I don't have a lot of time to record, and I want to get videos out as often as I can. I don't want to leave you all hanging. So, on that note, we are doing some things. We haven't conquered any more land. We have to decide where we should expand to next. We can't expand... Whoops. We cannot expand past Lord Tywin's provinces, which he owns 3 of them right here. We could go for Sarsfield. We do have an ally. We could go for pretty much just Sarsfield. We could go for a section of the Fair Isle, but he has a lot of men, 3,000. Or we can go for the High Lordship of Lands Point or one of his provinces. But, you know, if we're going to go to war with him, I'd like to take the whole thing rather than just a county. But let me know what you think. What should Lancel do? And he's not at war. He's sitting over here in Rexdale. So... on that note, I will end the video for today. I appreciate all the support and all the comments and all the suggestions and all the different names you have come up with so far. And I appreciate it. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.